everyday housewife-looking type of NFL wife, nobody would hate Tom Brady. That's the truth. It really is. Nobody would hate Tom Brady. If he was an average NFL QB on an average NFL team with an average NFL owner and coach, the Pats wouldn't be hated, Kraft wouldn't be hated, and Brady wouldn't be hated, and Belichick wouldn't be hated. Plain and simple. And it's gotten out of hand. And look, me speaking as not being a Brady fan or a Patriots fan, even though I'm here in New England country, I don't care. No, look, I don't really follow professional baseball, but when I did, I was a Yankees fan. I tell people that. They go, how could you? Like, because I like the Yankees. Well, man, this is Red Sox country. Yeah, Red Sox sucks. Who cares? It's just a freaking game. And if somebody thinks that they want to literally punch me, I'm going to beat them over the head with a bat. It's just a freaking game, folks. It's entertainment. I don't know why people take this all so serious. This is like life, Rod. No, it is nothing like life. Hey, for crying out loud. You're more worried about Tom Brady and whether or not he slightly deflated a few footballs. But, you know, the real stuff that really counts, like serious politics and what's going on in the Middle East and the taxes that are being taken out of your pocket every day, that's not real life to you, is it? What Tom Brady can and cannot do, or whether or not he's suspended for 4, 5, 1 whole season, doesn't matter. You're all up in arms about it. Hey, come on. It's a freaking game. One that I enjoy watching, one that I thoroughly enjoyed playing back in my day. But that's just, it's a game. I played a game. I mean, I know there's a lot of money involved in professional sports, but it's still a freaking game. You people need to get over this stuff, and you need to get over it fast. There's a lot more important stuff to worry about and be concerned about and have long hours worth of discussions over other than Deflategate. So, look, if I were Brady, Brady's probably, arguably one of the biggest draws in the NFL. If I were Brady, I'd just say, you know what? My legacy's set. I've already made $1 gazillion. I have a beautiful wife and a beautiful family and a beautiful home out in California. I quit. Go screw yourselves. After all of this kind of attention, I would. I'm done. I got 3 or 4 Super Bowl rings. I've got a bunch of endorsements. I got this. I got that. I got money up the wall. I don't need this anymore. I'm 38, 39 years old. I'm past my prime anyway. I'm done. Bye. Let it go at that. Well, if he does that, he'll never make it to the Hall of Fame. Who the freak cares about the Hall of Fame? Really, it's another political crapshoot anyway. Hey, if you're not gonna be measured by your on-court or on-field antics, then screw the Hall of Fame. It's kind of like the same thing with Pete Rose. Well, Pete Rose, man, he just took away. Pete Rose didn't take away from the game at all. He was one of the best players that ever played baseball, but he's never going to be in the Hall of Fame because he admitted to gambling off the field and never on his own team. So, screw the Hall of Fame. There's more important things to talk about. Yeah, so, well, hey, Rod, geez, why don't you tell us how you really feel? Well, and the only reason I'm bringing it up now is because it's Free for All Friday, so we can just talk about anything. But here's something for you. Speaking of NFL, remember that guy by the name of Michael Sam? Yeah, that Michael Sam, the gay footballer. The one that came out of the closet because he thought coming out of the closet would give him a better chance of signing on to an NFL team because evidently, even though in college he was, all that, In the NFL, they didn't think of him as being all that, whether he was gay or straight. He wasn't all that. He was a college level, sure, but he wasn't NFL a level all that, I guess. I didn't care either way. All I cared about is, hey, can Michael Sam play football? And the people who should know about this kind of stuff, who only care about winning games, because, there's a lot of money involved. Obviously, they're willing to give themselves any kind of advantage they can, like slightly deflating a football. Do you think they're really going to care if the guy can play football better than anybody else in that particular position that he wants to play? They're going to care if he, what his sexual positional preference is? Of course not. That's how asinine that was. Because the more games they win, the more money they make. And if Michael Sam could help them make more money, they're going to put his gay butt on the field. Plain and simple. And they tried, and he didn't make the cut. So, but he's back. He's back. I don't. The last time I heard, he was like he engaged his little. I was told exactly what his boyfriend was, and it was it was some Twinkie. That's it. They call him a Twinkie. Okay. So some of you out there under the sound of my voice know exactly what I'm talking about. So great. Then you know exactly what okay. I don't even want to know. Don't even try to figure that one out. I'm not going there. But in any case, I guess was it last year, 2 years ago, he proposed and they were engaged or something. I don't know. I don't follow these guys personally. They just try to throw it in your face so you kind of remember, but then you kind of like whatever. Doesn't mean anything. Got more important things to worry about. But now he's back. Yes, Michael Sam is back. And it looks like he's going to be able to play professional football after all. Now, I don't know what he's been doing the past 2 years. If you come out of college, you're not supposed to have any money. And if you don't get hooked up with a pro team, you don't have any money. What was he doing all this time? I don't know. I'm just curious. But evidently, there is no more interest in the NFL for Michael Sam. So he's going to become a Canadian. Well, not really a Canadian citizen, but evidently, according to Yahoo Sports, he's going to go play in the CFL. The Canadian Football League wasn't defensive end Michael Sam's first choice, but it's his best one right now as he tries to establish a professional career. So he signed with the Montreal Alouettes. What? That's the name of a football team? Alouettes. Alouettes. Alouette, Jonte, Alouette. Well, I guess that's probably not it. But the team made the announcement earlier today. It's a one-year deal with an option for 2016. Now, Sam, the former co-SEC Defensive Player of the Year at Missouri, was the first openly gay player to be drafted by the NFL when the St. Louis Rams took him in the 7th round in 2014. Despite a productive preseason, the Rams cut him before the regular season started, and the Cowboys added Sam to their practice squad, but cut him before the regular season was done. That was Sam's last NFL job. Maybe a good season in the NFL will generate some interest from NFL teams if that's his goal. That doesn't usually happen. It's rare for a player to come from the CFL into the NFL. It doesn't happen a lot. It's kind of like, it's rare for the NBA to take a player from the European Professional Basketball League. Europe has a professional basketball league. But it's rare for a player to come from that into the NBA. It doesn't happen a lot. It's not impossible. It does happen, but it doesn't happen a lot. And the CFL has gotten pretty smart with that kind of stuff, too. Remember Doug Flutie? Yeah, he had a tough time breaking into the NFL. You know, he was a great college quarterback, but had a hard time in trying to break into the NFL. So he went and played a few years in the CFL, and the NFL said, hey, you know, he's actually not too bad. So they tried to bring him back to the NFL, but the CFL wasn't letting him go. They're getting pretty smart about this stuff. The same thing with, you know, when you're talking professional basketball, I had a cousin who played professional basketball for the Swedish national team. And there was a point in his career where New Jersey was interested in signing him. The problem is that the European League, the Swedes, they weren't releasing him from his contract. They weren't letting him go. So he had to finish his career in Sweden, never having been able to play, even though they wanted him to, could not play in the NBA. They're getting smart about this stuff. They don't want to be looked at anymore as the minor leagues. You know, they don't want to have all their star players, you know, robbed to go play, you know, in USA professional sports. So if he gets locked up there in the CFL, he's going to play probably almost his entire professional career in the CFL. That's just the way it's going to be. It's because it's rare for them to be noticed, to be brought down, and even when they do, it took Flutie a couple of years to be able to break free of the CFL to come play in the NFL again. So you know, it's not going to be all that easy. And he's got a long road to hoe, but I don't know. Evidently, they're not caring much about Michael Sam's little boyfriend. I don't know. It could be husband by now. I don't know. Yeah, I know it sounds really strange and weird, but let's face it, folks. That's where we are. That is where we are with society today. I mean, it's you know, look, I don't care what Sam does in his private life, in his bedroom. That's his business. That really is. I don't give, you know, two flying you know what about that. All I care about is, can the guy, if I'm going to watch football, can the guy play football? Can he play his position well? That's all that counts to me. You know, if you're a congressman, I don't care, you know, as long as you're not, you know, touching underage kids, I don't care what you like to do in your off time. I'm not interested. You know, this whole notion that we're supposed to know every little detail about our candidates is a bunch of bunk. I do not care what they do in their private life. Now, if they're being hypocritical, that's different. You know, but other than that, does it really matter if a Republican senator likes to get it on with young men? I don't care. But the only time it becomes relevant and makes any sense is if this senator is also trying to pass legislation and bills that make it illegal for people to do what he's doing. And that, to me, makes no sense, but that's very hypocritical. But that's the only time where that you know, the personal stuff comes into play. Otherwise, why would you even care? Why do you? Because it's everybody has got this celebrity crap. They want to know everybody else's business. They want to get in everybody's personal business. Well, it's none of your business. This is why a lot of good, qualified people will not enter politics. No, because, yeah, I know Michael Sam is the one that opened the Pandora's box and that. He's the one that invited everybody into his bedroom. I get that. But beyond that, you know, most people do not. They do not want people to get into their closet and into their bedroom and into their kitchen and all that kind of stuff. They don't invite people in. They just barge their way in. So this is why a lot of good, strong candidates don't enter politics, or at least they only go so far. They don't enter the national or even the state leagues. I mean, it takes a special person to really want to do that. And oftentimes they're not the best. But just saying. So, yeah, well, it is what it is, folks, and it ain't what it ain't, and it probably isn't what it should be. But Can we even watch Canadian football over here? We don't get Canadian stations anymore on cable like we used to. I remember we used to get a Canadian station. We don't get that. I mean, maybe ESPN will be running some special programs or special CFL football season stuff. We'll have to see. Michael Sam, it'd be interesting to see if he can actually play up there. I'm sure ESPN 2 or 3 will probably have it.